do love how you look with long hair, by the way.
Well, thank you. I think I feel young. I feel it makes me look younger. And then yesterday at work, Martha and Young was like, "We like your short." I was like, "I like my short hair too." That's why I get to change it.
I love it.
I like the versatility of it. I was like, I just get to do, and then if I want to go get this cut in a couple of weeks, I can.
I cut my hair short about 6 years ago, maybe
Mhm.
7,
Mhm.
and I used to have it, about that length, and
Yeah.
it was like everywhere. And so I did something different and
Yeah.
cut it. But when you cut it that short, I mean, I literally went like
Poof.
all over.
Yeah.
You can't do anything but that. Like
Yeah.
you cannot pull it back.
Right. That's it. It's limiting to that degree, and not, as summertime comes up, I'll get tired of it and all that. So
This is the first time I've been able to pull it back
In the
in that
ponytail.
long time. I mean, it's usually been too short because it's layers, and so the top layer is always too short to pull back.
the short hair, I love. Some cute styles. You can wear really funky and all that kind of stuff. But then it's like, okay, now I want to go back home.
I think I'm gonna let it grow out a little bit longer. I do need to go get it touched
I
up,
like the
so.
colors, and that was the other thing. I wanted brighter hair. It's like I just needed new something.
It looks good.
Winter is over. All right.
So
I'm
you
ready.
can tell me when to go.
Okay. Go.
So it's about taking people on a journey, and one that has a purpose, beginning, middle, and end, so that you get some sort of sequence. And the best way to do that, there are multiple things you could do, but the core thing is outlining your story before you get too far along with your deck creation. That's probably the biggest recommendation that we have for you today. You can do what's on this slide. You can see, if you're talented enough, I can't draw this well, but you could potentially draw out almost like a 30-second ad storyboard. Here's what went first, here's what happened, and here's how it was resolved. And this one even has a chirping sound to it. Not everybody can do that, but the essence of that is you get to determine what the sequence is before you actually go create. And you can do that using bullet points. You can use a skeleton template on your PowerPoint slide. Put all your slides, just add the headers or some lines on the slide that indicate, this slide will tell this part of the story, and then we will do that. If you're auditory, you can write it down and read it back to yourself. Write a couple paragraphs down and then read the story back to you. I really like to do the outline, just because you can do a few bullets and you can move things around. The key is getting to a sense of order and sequence and connection, so it's not just a whole bunch of information, but it's actually organized in a smart way. Now, one of the things that people do in PowerPoint, and you may already be doing this, and it's the easiest thing you can do, is to make your headlines work a little harder. The concept here is you don't need to read the content of the slide as much, unless you really want to, because you can really get an idea from just the headers of what the story is telling, and you can kind of read what this one's going through, but it gives you a sense of sequence. Now, you can make this even more pronounced by using, dot, 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 ending a slide and starting a slide, using words like however, therefore, and that just gives the reader a sense of there's something more to this that comes in the next slide, or I've missed a part of the story before that, and you have to go look for that component because it won't make sense otherwise. It's out of sequence or out of sorts. There's also here's another example, and we might get some pushback on this depending on who you talk to, because research, after all, is about data. But when you have a point of understanding, you can use less data. I'm going to pause right there. One thing that would be helpful here is to build the